All right, well, Coach, crazy week last week at Pinckneyville, but even in the rain, the lighting, delay, all of that, you guys got the win. You're 2-1. How do you assess last week's game?
Came out of the gate really slow. Talked to our boys about that. The rain plays a big factor in that. But we just, again, when it started pouring down rain, I think we dropped the ball 4 or 5 times. We got back and recovered it. Just couldn't get it marching and rolling. The flurry right at the very end, going down and getting the touchdown, coming right back out. After the turnover on downs and coming able to score right before half, we saw some momentum swing there. Proud of them there. And then the second half, we come out there and it seemed like it was a whole different team. We came out, we executed well. We were moving the ball well, throwing the ball well. Everything started clicking at the end. So, at the beginning, like we've kind of done, seems like for the past 3 weeks, it's coming out slow and methodical, and we need to jump out and come out much more aggressive this week.
Through the 3 weeks, do you feel like you can accurately see where you guys are compared to where you want to be?
Absolutely. I see that we are right there. Like I said, and the only thing I think we're missing, we show really good glimpses of it, but it's consistency and playing a full game. In our opinion, and we've assessed it all through all the different things, is we haven't played a full game yet. Mm-hmm. And so starting tomorrow and moving forward, come out in the first quarter and play that complete game, and that's going to show us exactly what we want to accomplish. Now, that also being said, this week I felt like our offensive line was able to show that we are a run team, and we can establish a power run between Hicks and Ryder and go right at after a team.
We missed the second half. What went well offensively for you guys in the second half?
Being able to move the offensive line of scrimmage. We were able to move them off the ball, held our double teams, and we just ran the ball well. Then getting into that position when the rain finally let up and we got some dry balls in there, we were able to go back to our air raid and just marching down the field and doing it. So, again, our playbook at the beginning of the game really shrunk down again because we weren't in a real clicking rhythm. Come back out the second half, and it was run whatever we want, and we saw that. And so that was the good part of the end of that game, was to see us being able to move.
I was kind of shocked, and Coach Stewart said this on the broadcast. Pinckneyville kind of put up a fight. They were trying all things, but did you think that?
Absolutely. They came out swinging. They got some early momentum, again, with the opening kickoff and be able to run it back and put themselves in good field position. Again, that's one thing that we saw. Definitely the big thing that we worked on heavy this week was special teams and shoring up all of our little deficiencies and holes in the gaps that we had there. But yes, they came out trying to prove something, and they showed us early that they were going to hang in here and give us a fight.
You've played a lot of football at Marion and SIU. Where does last week's rain, lighting, all that rank on your crazy games that you've been a part of?
I've been a part of rain delays. I've been a part of wet ball games where it's just pouring down rain the whole time. I remember my senior year, we played Heron last week of the season, and the lights cut off before the game started. But I've never seen both of those combined, where it's just an hour, was it hour and 5 minutes, hour and 10-minute rain delay. Get going, and then lights are on the automatic timer, and they get kicked off for 20 minutes. And it was one of those of the Murphy's Law of what can go wrong is going to go wrong in this game. And that was just the frustrating, at some points comical, of just trying to relax and get a game going.
How are we health-wise after 3?
We're doing well. I know Hicks had to come out at the end of the game there. It was more of kind of a tweak and just kind of a little bit of soreness. He's back and isn't feeling anything. Health-wise, we're good. This week we got back Colton Wheeler. We were afraid after the coin game that he had some fractures. It ended up being a sprain. He came out yesterday, was his first day back at practice, and was able to take reps, and he's feeling good.
Well, Alton Marquette last year, you guys took care of them easily here. Do you assess them, or how do you look at them the same as last year now that they're 0-3?
Respectful from last year to this year. In our opinion, watching both films, they are a better team this year than they were last year. I know their record doesn't show it, but they are bigger up front, offensively and defensively. They move better. They got some good athletes. Like number 2 is a lot of speed for them on the edge. So they seem to play better, closer ball games. And especially early on there, I feel like if we come out with our game plan and play the game that we should, that we will have a good game on Friday night and be able to come away with a win.
They're 1-20 in their last 21 games. You don't have this problem. You guys win football games. But I'm just interested from a coaching point. What do you do in the midst of something like that? How do you turn around? What's your focus, you think, as a coach in a tough stretch like that?
Right, and that's all the speculation, right? You want to sit there and go, well, it's got to be this, got to be that. I'm not in the locker room. I'm not there with them on during the summer and what they're going through with the culture of their program, culture of their coaching staff. The way they play, it doesn't seem like they are a fall-apart team where they're pointing fingers and falling apart and crumbling. You can kind of see that with teams when they don't play well together, and you see a lot of heads hanging and all that. We don't see that on that team. It's hard to put your finger on. Really, it is. Whenever time you see a team that's struggling, your first thought goes what's the culture like of that program? What's the coaching staff culture? What are they teaching them? What's the team makeup? And so without knowing that, that's a tough guess. Is it injuries? Is it, being that close to some of these bigger Metro East teams and Peoria, getting close to that? Is it a move in, move out scenario of teams that are closer to them, they have a bigger draw for better athletes? I mean, you can kind of point the finger at almost anything, it seems like.
Well, last year you guys ran the ball a bunch. You only threw it 3 times. Is that the same kind of plan this go around?
Nope. I think we really kind of saw it later last year when we started getting to playoffs. We became more of an air raid team and a well-balanced, and that still is the key of what we're trying to accomplish. Tough against DuQuoin because we couldn't get our run game established, and so it was hard to get comfortable with the passing when we couldn't have the run. Last week, hard. It's raining all the time. Still really proud of our coaching staff and like Owen and our receivers. They came out and got the job done when it came for the air raid. But I want to be well-balanced, and that's what we've kind of came back to between me and Coach Zach Cox with our OC, and really getting this idea of we want to be run and we want to be air raid as well, or passing the ball well. So we want to be as balanced as possible.
What's their offense look like?
Their offense, they have a whole lot of formations. They'll go from obviously like a tight end and wing like we do to trips, and they're going to run it. They're going to spread it out and throw. They're trying to be as balanced as they can as well. So they kind of, I guess, complementary. Both offenses look very similar in their attack of run and pass, but that's what we're seeing there. Defensively, we're seeing a 4-3 with a quarter shell with that. So pretty similar to what we run defensively against with Coach Allen on our defense. But they're trying to be bullies up front. They got a bigger defensive line. I think the majority of them are anywhere from between 230 up to 260 on their defensive line, bigger guys. Linebackers are about the same build, and they give you a lot of cushion. They're not going to let you throw deep. You're going to have to do possessional passing, and that's what we're looking to exploit.
What do you guys have to do right tonight at Alton? What's the big keys?
Big keys is come out early. And like we told them, that's the goal, is to come out. If whoever's up first is either if defense is up, we want 3 and out. If offense is up first, we score an opening drive. We're giving our young men this goal of this is the minimum requirement of what we expect. So not coming out cocky or arrogant. It's confident in what our game plan is. So coming out confident, attacking early, and once we establish what we're going, it's just now assignment football and playing our game.
Well, good luck tonight. Thanks for the time.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.